Hi, my name is Erin Smeltzer. I'm 27 years old and I am the Children and Teens Director of a ministry called Community Servants here in Smyrna, Tennessee. I became an intern for Community Servants about 4 years ago, and now I was welcomed on staff to be an employee about a year ago. As I already said, I am the Children and Teens Director of the ministry, but the ministry itself, there's a lot more that we do besides working with children and teens. So before I go into detail about what I do, I'm going to share with you what the ministry as a whole does. Community Servants started back in 1994. And the ministry is within a low-income housing that used to be considered the projects. There used to be a lot of sin and a lot of crime within the neighborhood until a ministry started to move within the neighborhood and God started to change the neighborhood. The ministry has grown over the years. We have about 6 main ministries now. One of our ministries is we teach ESL classes, English as a second language to adults, and we teach those classes for free. Another thing that we have done is we have given citizenship classes to refugees who are looking to be a citizen. We also have a clothes closet. We collect clothes, donations, and then we have like a store, but all the clothes that we give are for free. We also have a widows ministry where a lot of our houses widows live in, and a lot of times they live for cheaper rent to help them. Another ways that we help them is we mow their lawns for them. There's also some elderly people who live in the neighborhood where we mow their lawns for them. We run their trash for them. We take their trash to the dump every week. We also host mission teams to come out. It's a lot of times it's middle schoolers or high schoolers from other states. Sometimes it's college groups, and we host them. They come on a mission trip to our community and we lead the teams, and we do that typically over the summer. I'm over our teens in the neighborhood, the middle schoolers and high schoolers. They come and meet in a building with me and my interns on Monday nights. We feed them dinner, we sing some songs, and we have a Bible study each week. I also don't just spend time with the youth just on Mondays. I try to make time to meet up with them and have Bible study one-on-one, or just hang out with them, or go to their school stuff, like if they're in a play or they have a concert. We try to be a part of their lives in that way too. And then another thing that I am over is being the kids director. I run our Kids Center, which is an after-school program for kids that go to the school right next door to our neighborhood. The kids come out of school and they walk directly from school to our Kids Center. Our Kids Center is Monday through Friday, 2 hours each day. As soon as they get to our Kids Center each day, we let them play for the first 15 minutes to get out all their energy. And then the next 15 minutes, we go over catechism questions out of this catechism book. And we typically go over 5 to 10 questions a week. The catechism book, we have already gone through it once this year, and we're about through it again for a second time. The questions in the book touch on foundational doctrines that every Christian should understand and believe. After we do the questions, we then are about to feed the kids a snack. But before we do that, we pray with the kids during that time. And we do this to teach the kids to pray before they eat, to give thanks to God. But we don't just pray over the food before we eat, but we also pray for any prayer requests that the kids have. We pray for them spiritually in that time, and we allow the kids to pray too. So we spend about 5 minutes of prayer time. Before we eat snack, we make each kid read to us individually the Bible verse for the week. And our Bible verse always goes along with our Bible story that we are doing that week. So then after they read the Bible verse to us, we allow them to eat a snack, and we eat the snack together, and we just talk and hang out during that time. Then after that, we move into our activity for the day. Each day our activity is different. So on Mondays, we do art for the glory of God. And on that day, we will either paint, or we will write poetry, or we will build a sculpture. Right now, we are trying to build the Statue of Liberty out of books to represent we living in our country have freedom to read whatever we want, including the Bible, when other cultures around the world don't have that freedom. We also will do acting on that day. So right now, over this whole year, we have been going through the book Pilgrim's Progress. We've been going through certain sections of it. We allow the kids to act it out, and we talk about the Christian symbolism behind that book. And then on Tuesdays, we do Bible story, and we specifically go through the New Testament on Tuesdays. So right now we're in the book of John. So on Wednesdays, we do music, and on that day, we teach the kids some hymns and some doxologies. And after we teach them a song, we will play freeze dance with them or musical chairs. On Thursdays, we do Old Testament Bible stories. So right now we are in Genesis. And then lastly, on Fridays, we do American history from a Christian perspective. We don't just talk about American history. Sometimes we talk about other church history like Martin Luther, William Tyndale, and some other people. But we believe it is so important for Christians to know where they came from, but even know where we came from in our country. So after our activity each day, then we have free play for the rest of the day. Typically during that time, we do a group game with the kids. Right now our kids love to play dodgeball. They also love to play capture the flag, but on rainy days, we'll play games on the inside. The kids like certain board games, they like certain card games, or there's other active games that we do on the inside. So that is everything that we do during the school year. Now during the summer, our Kids Center looks a little bit different. We open up our Kids Center just 2 days a week during the summer, and during that time we help the kids specifically with their reading. We still do times to play, and we still do catechism questions with the kids, but what we mainly focus on is reading with the kids. What made us start helping the kids with their reading is there's a verse in James that says that if we as Christians say to people, be warmed and be filled, and we don't actually give them anything to make them warm and make them filled, then we're not living out our faith. We're not applying works to our faith. So we believe that a way that we can not just help them spiritually by teaching the Bible and doing catechism questions with them and all the other activities that help them spiritually, we also want to help them with any earthly needs that they have. And I think that our kids' main earthly need is educational. A lot of our kids come from families where they're speaking one language at home and one language at school, or their parents are refugees and they really struggle educationally. They're really smart because they're bilingual. They know 2 languages, but they struggle because of that. And I think their biggest struggle educationally is reading. I think that reading is one of the most important skills to have in life. And if someone is not confident in how they read, they're not going to want to read. And we want our kids to read the Bible. We want our kids to read books for school. And so that is why we focused on reading. I have seen it be very effective for the kids. I have seen the kids improved after helping them, and that is very rewarding in itself. But that is what we do over the summer. And we don't just spend time with the kids during Kids Center. We also try to make time where we can take them fishing, or we go to birthday parties, or there's a few kids that we bring to church with us. And so we try to get to know their families and spend time with them outside of those structured times. So the reason I am making this video is because I am looking for monthly supporters on top of the money that I make monthly through the ministry. Because we are a nonprofit ministry, the pay is lower than what the typical amount of pay someone would get at a job. And so because of that, I have to work another part-time job to afford life. And so I am looking for monthly supporters on top of my pay that I already receive through the ministry. I want to be able to let go of my other job so that I can fully dedicate my life to the ministry. So if you would like to be a supporter, or you're thinking about it, or you have more questions about what I do, you can email me or text me, call me. I am pretty much an open book. I will tell you anything you want to know about what I do, what my typical day looks like. Please pray about it first and give it time to think about it. But I would very much appreciate if you generously decided to support me monthly. A way that you can do that is you can do that online. The link is below this video. But if you need more help with that, I can also give you a call. You could do it over phone. You can ask questions and communicate it through email. If you cannot partner with us financially as a ministry, you can partner with us in prayer. You can partner with us in coming out here and helping serve. So if you have questions about that, you can give me a call or you can email me for that as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and thank you for your prayers. And if you become a supporter, thank you so much for helping me to accomplish what God has called me to do.